जयति जगज्जननादिकृद अशेष सत्त्वप्रतीत्यनुसुयोतं बाधावधानविधुरं किमपि ब्रह्म प्रतीचीनम्. We looked at the first section and second one also. We finished with this paragraph, I think. So the minister Buddhinidhi is advising Chitrabhanu, who is the Rajakumara, and very similar to Shukanasa Upadesha. So he first talks about the good kings, and then he is going to talk about the bad kings, wicked ones. So here I just wanted to correct this, the first one. Mahapurusha api na udaratam tyajanti. We have to take it as referring to good kings, whereas we start off with na tapa Mahapurushaha. So we have to first look at the virodha here by saying Mahan Maha Apurushaha. So Mahantaha cha Apurushaha api udaratam na tyajanti. So how can people who are not great, or people who are great at the same time, they are not ideal people, right? So how can they be large-hearted? So then virodha pariharaha kriyate mahapurushaha iti. Tatra none, you remove that. So this entire paragraph is about good kings. I think we've still not finished. Now we move on to the asantaha, the bad kings here. Asantaha tu, we have to start from here. Bhima swabhavaha api na dharma udayam apekshante. Asantaha tu. The rest of this paragraph is about na santaha, asantaha. So asadhavaha iti. So asadhu purushaha, asadhu rajanaha ye vartante te bhima swabhavaha api, even though they have the character of Bhima. Take it as Bhima as in Mahabharata. So Bhima sadrishaha api dharma udayam na apekshante. Dharma raja yudhishthirasya udayam na apekshante. They do not want, or they do not expect the greatness of Dharmaputra. If you are Bhima, you have to work towards, if you are like Bhima, you have to work towards the utkarsha of Dharmaraja, right? So that is natural. Whereas here, it is a virodha bhasa again, and you have to take Bhima as bhayankara swabhavaha. So those who have a fierce swabhava, because of that, they do not wish to protect dharma. Dharma udayam na apekshante. For them, it is only their swabhava which is much more important than, protecting the good of people, or prajarakshanam, dharmarakshanam, ityadika. Okay? Every one of this is like that, virodha bhasa. So padavantaha api na gatim labhante. So padavantaha, even though they have legs, padau staha, even then gatim na labhante, they are unable to move. Again, it's a virodha. If you have legs, you have movement, you can move. So you take it as pada iti rajya pade varthamanaha. I have given both meanings here. You can check it out. So padavantaha here, padam can mean both your leg, and padam is sthanam. Atratu rajya padam, rajya sthanam. Simhasanam praptavantaha api gatim na labhante. You can take it as sadgati. Because they have a bhima swabhava, a fierce nature, hence they don't behave well. They are unable to protect dharma, hence they do not have a sadgati, even though they have the position of rajyam. You are a king, you naturally end up in a position of where your responsibility is towards others. It is a position prescribed like that. You're a grihastha, you're taking care of your house. You can just take care of 3 people, that's enough. But a king becomes a father for the entire praja, like in Raghuvamsha. Pitari eva prajaha anurajyante for Dilipa. So his responsibility is to protect the people, Rajyapade Vartamanaha api, Padavantaha api, if they don't do it, Asantaha chet, Tarhi Sadgatim Nalabhante. Another meaning of Gati is also Abagamanam. They don't have the jnanam, even though they are in a position of power and surrounded by their cabinet ministers. They still don't have gati. Gati, you can take it as avagati, as in jnanam. Gatim na labhante, jnanam na labhante iti. Okay. Next is gurutvahinaha api parthivaha iti uchyante. This is from Tarkasangraha. If it is a prithvi padartha, parthiva padartha, then it should have a gurutvam, weight. So it should have a gravity. If it is, it should come within the range of gravity, or it should have a weight. If it is a transformation of prithvi paramanu. So parthivaha gurutvahinaha api, even though an object, even though they do not have that gurutvam, they are still called as prithvi padartha. So there is a virodha here. So you take it as gurutvahinaha. Here gauravahinaha iti. Gurutvam again is gauravam only. You can take, the guru can mean either bahumanam or weight. So take it as bahumanam. Even though they don't have that honor, still they are called parthiva, kings. Jalavat neecha vrittayaha api na shitatam vahanti. So Jalavat, like water. So he actually goes for each one of the Prithvi, Up, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha. Each one of those are dealt with here. I'll see if I can pick it up and we can go over that. So Jalavat, like water, Neecha Vrittayaha api. A water always, its nature is to flow down. Neecha Vritti, it natural tendency of water, if it is in a higher position, it will naturally flow down. It cannot flow up. I don't know if you have seen this painting called Escher, MS Escher. He has done some paintings of optical illusion.
Yeah. It looks like going up in the water.
There is waterfall ஒரு பெயிண்டிங் ஒன்று உண்டு. அதுல வந்து என்னன்னா, it seems like it is flowing up the steps, and it's a very, you can check it up on the web. So he defies these natural things. The Nietzsche Vrittayaha, even though like water has a flowing down attitude, still Shitatam na Vahati, it is not cool. Usually when it flows down, it has to be cool. And Shitam is the natural touch. Shitavatyaha apaha iti Tarkasangrahe vartate. So the natural temperature of water is supposed to be cool. Shitatam na Vahanti iti chet katham syat tatra. It defies nature. So then you take it for asantaha rajanaha ye neecha vrittayaha atratu dushta vrittayaha iti. So they don't, the vritti, take it as character. With respect to jalam, you take it as vritti, as gamanam. With respect to the kings, you take it as character, swabhava. Neecha swabhavaha api Shitatam navahanti. Here take Shitatam is they are not cool-headed. They don't think calmly. So api vanda and that usually. So it's just a virodha parihara. The next section, so let me just see if I can pull those up.
Why we don't need api, Maudya? Why did you say that?
So when api is needed only for virodha. When you do the parihara, that api is not needed. No? Neecha vrittayaha shitatam navahanti. So because they are neecha vrittaya. Neecha vrittayaha iti karanadeva shitatam navahanti iti vaktavyam.
Okay. Then you don't need api. Okay.
So that's how it goes in the parihara section. When you do the virodha, you need api, because api is the indicator for the virodha alankara. When you take it to the context and explain it, you remove that api and say neecha vrittayaha ataha shitatam nama padavantaha ataha sadgatim nala, or something like gurutva hinaha there it will work. Gurutva hinaha api parthivaha iti uchyante is fine. So you will have to analyze whether you need the api or not at every section. So bhima swabhavaha ataha dharmodayam na apekshante iti. Okay. Next one is actually asneha nayanagrahyaha api pavana prakritikaha bhavanti. Nayanagrahyaha. Pavana Prakritika, a Vayu Prakriti is not Rupa Grahyam. If something is a transformation of Vayu, அது என்ன சொல்லுவா வாயுக்கு ஒண்ணு உண்டு பிருத்வி அப்தேஜோ வாயு வாயுஹு இல்ல இல்ல ஸ்பர்ஷம் இல்ல அந்த இது சொல்றேன் தே டோன்ட் ஹாவ் ரூபம்
எஸ்
so pavana prakritikaha if it is a transformation of vayu yet nayanagrahyaha so that virodha is there it should not be perceivable by the eye if it is a transformation of vayu so virodha parihare tatra katham anvayam kartavyah chet nayanagrahyaha api even though we see them still they act as if they are made of air and they completely disappear when you need them in times of necessity they are absent completely so ikshuvat granthilaha api na madhuryam udvahanti granthilaha so ikshuvat a sugar cane is granthila granthi வந்து the முடிச்சும்போ அது there are nodes in a sugar cane so just like sugar cane even though there are nodes it still doesn't have madhuryam sweetness so the more the nodes the sweeter it is the இன்னும் நல்லா முத்தி இருக்கும்னு பேரு ரொம்ப இளசா இருக்கிறச்சு it doesn't have that sweetness you need it to mature really well and when it matures it has a lot of those nodes and even though it has nodes it doesn't have madhuryam then it is a virodha it should have sweetness if it is matured and it's a taller tree a taller plant sugarcane the virodha pariharastu atra granthilaha jatilaha so parva sahitaha parva is nodes which goes for the sugarcane jatilaha is complicated people so even though they are because they are complicated people it is very difficult to find sweetness in them granthilaha iti karanadeva tatra madhuryam na udvananti asantaha rajanaha chitravat charu chakshushaha api na kinchid vivechayanti chitravat like a picture they are charu chakshushaha api even though they have I think charu beautiful eyes charaha eva chakshumshi yeshante so for those who have spies as their eyes yeah look at the text okay chitravat ramaniya chakshushi chitre katham ramaniya chakshushi chitre asatsu vivechakatam samanam na vivechayanti na kinchit vivechayanti they even though they it's very easy to fit for the kings here that is easy so charu chakshushaha da chara chakshushaha okay sorry so even though they have beautiful eyes still they are unable to analyze things or look at it with a subtle eyeing role so they are unable to perceive things in properly and analyze things so beautiful eyes refers to the fact that they have the eye to look at yet they don't look at things tattvagnanam na avagachanti iti so chitravatngarche in a picture you need beautiful eyes if it doesn't fit properly
like modern art to understand it you need that kind of eyes
அப்படி இல்ல or இப்படி எடுத்துக்கலாம் சித்ரே sundara chakshuhu vartate so or there is a beautiful eye that is being painted in the picture yet you can't separate it and see. You can't yeah, அப்படிதான் எடுத்துக்கணும். இல்ல அது மாத்திரம் கொஞ்சம் வித்தியாசமா இருக்கு. I'll think about it and see.
Or like when you have a nice and big and beautiful eyes, then your eyes function nicely, and then you should be able to grasp everything nicely without missing any details. It's not like squinty eyed or anything like that, where you
அதெல்லாம்
might
சரி
miss
சங்கரி,
miss out
நீங்க
the
வந்து எஸ்ஏ
details.
எழுதுறீங்க. நீங்க எஸ்ஏ எழுதுறீங்க. We need an அன்வயா of the sentence here. எஸ்ஏ எல்லாம் ஃபைன். நம்ம வந்து see சித்ரவத் சாரு சக்ஷுஷः அபி, even like a picture which has beautiful eyes, still you can't discern and see the eye. Abdi. See, there are details in the picture, but yet you cannot distinguish those details and see. Abdina, there is a virodha there. If there are details, then you can spot the details. Yes. Right? It's not an abstract painting. That's what it is. So, அப்படி எடுத்துக்கலாம். Is it clear so far? Now he goes to each one ஒரு aspect, and it's a very different way of saying. I prefer Shukana's Upadesha to this, but anyway, இது படிக்கணும்ல. அபி நிபாலனீயः வைபவஸ்ய ஸ்வபாவः. Vaibhavam here refers to wealth. So we have to analyze nibhalaniyaha vicharaniyaha. Let us now analyze the swabhava, the nature of Vaibhava. Vaibhava here is wealth. So yena jnanavataha api dveshaha adharmaha mahamanatvancha iti trayam udbhavati. Yena vaibhavena trayam udbhavati kesham jnanavatam. So jnanavataha api, for a person who has intelligence, even for a person who has intelligence, this wealth seems to produce three things. One is dvesha, hatred. The other is adharma, prompts him to do adharmic actions. Maha manatvancha garvam. It also gives him arrogance. The moment wealth is there, even if he has knowledge, even if he is able to understand that it is the wealth is not the be all and end all of life, still that wealth yena vaibhavena, by that wealth these three are produced. Trayam udbhavati. What are the three? Dveshaha, adharmaha, mahamanatvancha iti trayam. These are the three things that are produced. Vibhavaniyancha yavvanasya rupam. So in Shukana's Upadesha, we saw that Garbheshwaratvam, Abhinava Yavvanatvam, Apratima Rupatvam, Amanusha Shaktitvam iti ekaikamapi anartha parampara. Ekaikamapi, it is a reason for anartham. Kimuta chatushtayam. So he's enumerating each of those things. He says, if you have wealth, what is the swabhavam of wealth? Think about it. A person who has knowledge, he may be able to clearly see that this wealth is causing problems, but still it will give him one arrogance, a tendency to do wrong things, and also a hatred towards others, or others will start hating him because of the wealth that he has. Vibhavaniyancha yavvanasya rupam. Apratima rupatvam. Abhinava yavvanatvam and apratima rupatvam. Both are mentioned here. What is the swarupam of yavvanam? The youth. Tatrahi yavvane. So here yena is vaibhavena. Atra tatra iti yavvane. Yavvane kim bhavati? Gurupadeshaha trinavat bahireva pariplavante. Pariplavante, they are floating outside. Like grass. Trinavat bahireva. Guru upadeshaha. The advices of a guru seem to just float outside like trinam, like grass. It never enters inside the ear. Shastra chitram na avakasham labhate. Idenna pratibimbitam api shastra chitram iti vartate. So even though the picture of Shastra is reflected in the mirror of Hridayam, Hridaya darpane pratibimbitam api Shastra chitram antah pravesha avakasham na labhate. It does not seem to have the space to enter inside. It is reflected, but it has not been absorbed completely. The Shastram வந்து அதாவது மேலோட்டமா படிக்கிறதுன்னு அர்த்தம். It's just there is a reflection of this. Oh, I know this, I know that, I know that. But for it to have been absorbed completely inside, it should reflect in the actions also, which is absent. So Yavana Udayaha he this starting of Yavana is such that it is like Ashoka Taroho iva malinani phalani prasute. It seems to produce fruits which are very dirty, malinam, and not sweet. Ashoka Taru, the fruits of Ashoka tree are not enjoyed apparently. It's only the flowers which are beautiful, and the fruit of Ashoka tree என்னன்னு தெரியல. Usually it's not it's a இந்த இது மாதிரி இருக்கு. It's a flat leathery pod, and it's typically not eaten. It's only used for the propagation of it seems. But the flowers are so beautiful in the Ashoka tree. So this Yavvanam, the beginning of Yavvana is also like that, where the fruit of it, their consequences are like the fruits of an Ashoka tree. Maha matanga iva mandatam dhatte. There is a kind of lethargy that sets in during youth, like a great tusker elephant. Maha matangaha iva mandatam dhatte yavvana udayaha. Atra tadeva tu atra kadrupadam. Nidagha divasaha iva trishnam janayati. Seems to increase trishna. During summer days, nidagaha grishmakalaha. Tatra nidaga kale yaha divasaha or nidagasya divasaha. The daytime, during the daytime in summer, the day of summer produces trishna. Trishna angarche inge pipasa, thirst, or trishna can be asha. So just like the summer days, yavvana udayaha, the beginning of yavvanam, produces trishna, asha. Ghana iva chapala ullasam ujjivayati. Just like how a cloud ujjivayati, it gives life to chapala ullasam. Chapala ullasam angarthu inge the fickle prakasha. Ullasa, take it as prakasha here, where he's talking about the lightning. So during rainy season, or when there is a cloud, ghanaha chapala ullasam janayati. It produces a vidyutaha. Chapalangarthu vidyut. Okay. Say chapalasya illa. Chapalayaha ullasam prakasham darshayati ityeva. Atra, if you take it for the kings, for the Yavvana Udayam, that is, it shows youth seems to show a chapala cheshta. Chapalasya ullasam chapalasya cheshtam darshayati prakashayati. Yavvane ye yuvanaha ye santi te tu chapala swabhavayuktaha bhavanti athava chapala cheshtam kurvanti iti. So chapala ullasam ujjivayati. It gives life to that kind of a fickle nature or fickle actions. Rakenduhu iva Purnima Chandraha iva antar malinyancha samullasayati. You don't notice the darkness. We saw it in yesterday's class also, right? You don't notice the darkness until the moon is full, the kalankam inside the moon. So antar malinyam, the impurity that is present within, samullasayati, it shows it out like a Purnima Chandra. In the same way, this Yavvana Udayam also, when they enter into that teenage, whatever malinyam, whatever impurity that is there present in the mind seems to come out forth during that age for kids. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
Seri. Then we can move on to the next one. Avadharyatancha Lakshmihi. So Vaibhavam is just wealth or the prosperity that a king attains. Yavvanam. Now he talks about Lakshmi, which is wealth. Rajya Lakshmi. You can take it as Rajya Lakshmi or wealth in general. Iyam hi jadeshu eva padam nidadhati. Iyam Lakshmi. Lakshmi seems to place foot only among people who are jada. That is, they don't, their buddhimatsu sa padam na nidadhati kintu jadeshveva nidadhati iti. She seems to take refuge only with people who are dull heads. Lajjamana iva, as if she is shy. Durat vidvamsam pariharati. She avoids a vidwan from afar, as if she is shy of that person. यदि सः विद्वान् वर्तते तर्हि लक्ष्मीः तत्समीपे नास्ति इति सूचयितुम् अत्र एवम् उक्तम्. That's all. न पुरुषाणां गुणदोषान् गणयति. अयं गुणी तस्मात् तत्रैव भवितव्यम्. अयं तु दोषयुक्तः जनः तस्मात् अत्र न भवितव्यम् इति तस्याः विवेकगुणः नास्ति इत्येव. सो पुरुषाणां Jananam guna doshan na ganayati. She does not think about the gunam or dosham in people and takes refuge based on that. Atapachaya atapatra chaya avalambini aparichita atapa iva tejasvina na sayujyate. Aparichita atapa iva. She does not connect herself. She does not go with a person who is got tejas, who is got prakasham, caliber. So here you connect the tejas to heat also. At the same time, tejas also shows the caliber of a person, charisma of a person. So tejasvina saha na sayuchyate. She doesn't connect with the person who has that charisma. Which is Lakshmi is not present with people. They are not rich. They may have that charisma, but they may not have money. As if she does not know heat at all. Aparichita atapa iva. One who hasn't been in the heat at all, and who is always protecting herself and who is present, who is taken refuge under the shadow of a atapatra, of an umbrella. So atapatrasya chayam avalambitum sheelam asyaha. She is always, atapatra here refers to the Rajanudiya Vengotra Kodayimbo, the royal umbrella. Yeah. So she always seems to exist under that royal umbrella and she doesn't know the heat outside at all. So she is only present with the kings. If the king is Tejasvi or if another person is Tejasvi, she does not even go to him. Sthira prakritishu lavamapi na avatisthate. If he is a person of good character, sthira prakriti, steadfast character, she doesn't even stand even a little bit. Avatishtatena prakritishu lavamapi na avatishtate. Lavam, don't take it as quantity, but take it as kalam. Truti kshanamapi na avatishtate. She does not even stand for okay. So she does not even stand with a person who is even for a moment with a person who has a steady character. She is unsteady. And the contrast, he is trying to show that contrast here. Kincha iyam tushara vrishtihi buddhi kamalinina. Buddhihi eva kamalini iti chet tatra tushara vrishtireva buddhim nashayati. Yatha tushara vrishtihi, just as how a snowfall can destroy a lotus plant, in the same way, Lakshmi destroys the buddhi or the intellect of people. Tushara vrishtireva, like snowfall, she is a snowfall. Yam buddhi kamalineenam tushara vrishtihi. She is the snowfall for the lotus plant of intellect. Yeah. Bhujangi, she is a female serpent for parusha vyavahara halahalanam. Harsh behavior is like poison. And she is the one who produces that harsh behavior. So just like a female serpent, which produces visham. Kulavidya Kautilyasya. She is the ancestral, the Kulavidya, the learning, ancestral learning of Kautilya. So Kautilya here refers to Chanakya. Chanakya Niti, even though Chanakya Niti is a traditional form of administrative policy, etc., whatever, that Rajas, kings follow, yet it is a cruel methodology because there are punishments which are prescribed in Chanakya Niti Shastra. So generally, Chanakya Niti Shastra is considered as a form of a cruel shastram in Kavya. I find this in Kadambari also. Dandiliyum pathonu nenikiren. I'm not sure. So Kulavidya Kautilyasya Esha Iyam Lakshmihi Eva Kamasya Vasantavela. This is the springtime for Manmatha, which is Manmatha's effects are seen during spring at the maximum. So in the same way, she, Lakshmi, the moment you get money, you also have the facility to satisfy your desires. So it becomes the springtime for desires also. Saubhagya Siddhihi Lobhasya. She is the Siddhi, the success of Lobha, greed. So the moment you have greed, if you have wealth, then greed automatically comes. And லோபஸ்ய சௌபாகிய சித்தி. சௌபாகிய சித்தின்னு எப்படி எடுத்துக்கிறது? அதெல்லாம் ஸ்பஷ்டம் அப்படின்னு போட்டுருவா. No, where we need explanations, the Vyakhyata will say ஸ்பஷ்டம். சௌபாகியத்தினுடைய லோபத்திற்கு இவதான் लोभस्य सौभाग्यं यदि विद्यते तस्य सौभाग्यस्य सिद्धिरूपेण सा लक्ष्मीः वर्तते इति. So if there is a success that or the செழிப்புங்கிறோம் இல்லையா, the prosperity of greed or the ஒரு greed ஓட ஒரு good fortune. So she is the epitome of success for that good fortune, but the base here is not something which is a good quality, but greed here. தெரியாதா? The more you have wealth, the more you want, and அதனுடைய அந்த ஒரு லோபத்தினுடைய பரிபாகம் பவதி இது. கரிகும்பஸ்தலி மத ஆவிர்பாவஸ்ய. मद आविर्भावस्य अत्र तु मदजलम् इति करीणां पक्षे, लक्ष्म्याः पक्षे तु मदः इति गर्वः. So गर्व आविर्भावस्य करिकुम्भस्थली. So just as how the kumbhasthalam, the temples of an elephant, is the avirbhava, is the utpatti sthanam for madajalam or ikar that you say. You know, when an elephant is in rut, there is a water that flows, or there is a liquid that flows out of the temples. So that is also called madajalam because it shows the yavvanam of an elephant. Here, Lakshmi becomes the utpatti sthanam for mada or arrogance, garbha. Vibhavari, she is the night for the sun of discrimination. So Viveka Vivasvataha. Vivekaha eva Vivaswan atra. So the discriminating power, that power is like the Surya, sun. Whereas she is the night. That is, the moment night comes, it is because the sun sets where Viveka is not present. If you have wealth, it does not let you think properly. Amavasya Vinaya Sudhakarasya. Vinayam is discipline. Shastric discipline is called Vinaya. She becomes the Amavasya, or the new moon day, where there is no moon at all, for the moon of discipline, where when Lakshmi is present in somebody, Vinaya is absent. So when it is Amavasya, yatha Amavasyayam tu Sudhakaraha na vidyate tatha Lakshmi yuktasya janasya Vinayaha na drishyate eva. Rajyam cha. Now he moves on to the kingdom as such, which is like a huge ocean. Maha Kupara Samanam Alakshatam. Think of this Rajyam, think of this kingdom as a huge ocean. Maha Kupara Samanam. Kupara Samudraha. Interesting word. Kupara. Tatra तत्र राज्ये केचित् चैतन्यहीनाः प्रकृष्टप्रकाशाः अपि मणयः इव प्रणयं न अवगणयन्ति केचित् भङ्गुराः तरङ्गाः इव भवन्ति. This is not the only thing that is there. There are many such sentences in this. One big paragraph it is actually, but he has just taken two from those, some 20, 30 things. So Rajyam cha, this kingdom is like a great samudram wherein tatra kechit manayaha iva, some people do not understand affection. Pranayam na avaganayanti. They do not look at affection at all. That is not of consideration for them at all. Like manayaha iva, like gems which are prakrishta prakashaha api, even though they are shining brightly, they do not have a chaitanyam. They may shine brightly, but there is no chaitanyam in a mani. What can you do? In the same way, these people also, they may shine brightly, but they do not have that soul. Hence, they don't have that affection. They cannot show affection to people. Sympathy, empathy, ella edum kadayadu. Kechit bhanguraha, easily broken, like tarangaha, like waves. They can easily be won over, conquered, or they can break off. அந்த இது கிடையாது, டிட்டர்மினேஷன் இல்லை. I think we just have one more paragraph is there. Maybe we'll do this next class. சரியா? We'll do it tomorrow. Oh, this is very simple. If you have time, then we can finish this off.
Yeah, let's finish it.
तदेवं विधे परस्परनैरपेक्ष्येण अपि अनर्थहेतूनां वयो विभव विद्यादीनां समवाये यथा मदिरा इव माम இங்க வந்து it starts off from यथा तथा यतेताः. Again, this is similar to Shukana's Upadesha. Tatha prayatetaha yatha. He would start off in that manner, whereas this is reversed. Avladhan. Tatha yatetaha, you have to make an effort in such a manner that yatha. Madira iva vamalochanaha na unmadayanti. Women should not, மயக்க கூடாது இந்த மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டு வரப்போறார். So he is going to go over that. Now, tadevam vidhe, in this manner is explained how vibhava, wealth, rajyam, yavvanam, all of these are anartha hetu. They seem to produce only bad things for people. They seem to be the cause for anartham or calamities in people. No? So paraspara nairapekshena api, even though they do not expect each other. The yavvanam does not need Lakshmi to produce bad effects in people. By itself, it can produce a bad effect. Lakshmi does not need yavvanam for it to produce bad effect. By itself, it has its own effects in people. Yeah. So that is this paraspara nairapekshena api, even without expecting each other. Vayaha, Vayas is the age, Vibhava, wealth, Vidya, learning, etc. being anartha hetu. This is the hetu or the cause for anartha, cause for anything that is bad. The etasham samavaye evam vidhe samavaye sati. When this is the case, and when all of these are present in you as a king, he is now young, he also has wealth, he has the required learning, he has the rajyam within his grasp because he is a Rajakumara. When this samavaya, when a combination of all of this are present, it is more essential that you have to make an effort to act in such a manner that yatha madira iva, like an intoxicant, alcohol, madira iva vama lochanaha na unmadayanti. Vama, beautiful, vame lochane yasam taha, for whom those women who have beautiful eyes. So ladies should not இது பண்ணக்கூடாது, மயக்க கூடாது. எப்படி வருது? மிருகயா ஆசங்காக ஹிருதயம் ந அங்காரயந்தி. இந்த அங்காரயந்திங்கிறது It should not make your mrigaya asangaha, this attachment towards hunting should not blacken your hearts. So literal meaning, angara coal nartham. So it should not blacken the heart, no? It should not make you cruel. Mrigaya, yes, hunting is one of the 64 kalas, and it is there in Kautilya Niti Shastra, Shukra Niti Shastra also, as it is given as one of the pastimes of kings, yes. But an attachment, samantat sangaha chet, tatra hridayam angarayati, it can make your heart cruel. Dambha vrittayaha na vipralambham sambhavayanti. Dambha vrittayaha yatha dambha vrittayaha janaha. Just as how people who are, or you can take it as dambha vritti, as in actions which are the show, pomp and show. And madri irkakudi actions that should not vipralambham na sambhavayanti. Vipralambham na idu illa. Cheating. Loka vanchanaya na pravartayanti iti. Okay. You should not have actions which are making people or which are cheating people. In a show nale, it is not the truth. You are projecting something which is probably you are trying to project it in a big manner. So you're essentially cheating people here. Yatha damba vrittayaha vipralambam na sambhavayanti. Just as how such pomp and show activities are not cheating people, in that manner you have to make an effort. Vastu swarupa tirodhayakaha andhakaraha iva vivekaha na andhayati. Act in such a manner that viveka, the discriminating power, does not blind you. Na andhayati, like andhakara, like darkness, which has the capacity to cover the vastu swarupam. It can, andhakara, darkness can completely cover the nature of a vastu. During the night, you Rajasarpanyayam. You look at a rope, you don't know whether it is a rope or a snake. You can even think it is a snake. So it covers the essential nature of a vastu. Tatha vivekaha na andayati yatha tatha. You can also have, you can say, I understand the nature of things, but it can also make you understand it in a wrong manner, like andhakara. You think you know the nature of that rope as a snake, but that is not its true nature. In the same way, you can analyze stuff in this world and think that this is the nature of this vishaya that I see in the world, but it can be a brahma also. Yeah. So yatha vivekaha na andhayati tatha yathetaha. Lobaha parihasyatam na nayati. Your greed should not take you to a position of being ridiculed by others. Parihasyatam na nayati tatha yatetaha. Matsaraha na kutsayati. Matsara para utkarsha asahananam. Not unable to tolerate others' prosperity. That kind of a jealousy should not make you kutsayati. It should not it should not put you in a position of ninda. It should not make people abuse you, criticize you. Kripana bhavaha na sprishati. Act in such a manner that you are not miserly. Kripana, or you are not, you're putting yourself in a pitiable position. Kripana karpanya doshaha chalron. So kripana bhavaha tvam na sprishati tatha yateta. Ahankaraha na kalankayati. Arrogance should not make you impure. Vidya na nartayati. Education should be an ornament. It should not make you dance like anything. Pramadaha na avasadayati. Pramadaha, mistake. Na avasadayati. Avasadayati na nashayati. Okay. Mistake should not destroy you. A mistake is something, even if you make a mistake, it should enable you to get back to it. It should not completely destroy you in that manner. Pishachi iva alasata na abhikramati. The பிசாசு எல்லாம் வந்து ஆக்கிரமிக்கிறதுங்கிறோமோ இல்லையோ, ததா அபிக்கிரமணம் ந கரோதி யதா அலசதா, just a laziness. You should not be overcome by laziness like a pishachi. Vritha cheshta na kadarthayati. Vritha cheshta is actions that are of no use. Useless actions should not put you in a position of dushanam. Na dushayati. It should not make you impure or make you put you in a position where people can criticize you. Kadarthayati. Paishunyam na prasarati. Paishunyam is miserliness. So there is no spread of miserliness in you. Drohaha na mohayati. Hatred or hatred does not cloud you. Vak parushyam na pushyati. It does not increase or nurture the harshness of words. That is, you should not be harsh. Yatha cha prajaha na kshiyante. You should also act in a manner in which prajaha, the people, do not get destroyed. Na kshiyante. Mitrani na shushyanti. Your stock of friends should not dry up. Durjanaha na vardhante. Wicked people do not grow. The number of wicked people don't grow. Tatha yatetaha. Arthinaha na kadarthyante. Arthinaha, people who want things. Arthi, those who want things, should not feel that their artham is not satisfied. Kutsitam artham. Kadarthyante. They are not being pushed to a position of where their desires are not satisfied. Tatha arthinaha na syuhu. Tatha prayatetaha. Durvrittaha na vilasanti. People who have a bad character should not shine. Maha sahasikaha na prasaranti. Sahasam here is abhicharya karyakaranam. Without thinking, if they just jump into actions, that sort of a people should not spread in this world. Taskaraha na pratapanti. Pratapati here is not I think pratapati na, they're not suffering illa. They should not shine nartham. You should act in such a manner that thieves do not reign. They don't have power in this country. Okay?
Or like they don't make others to suffer.
Correct. Atapaha iva anyana na atapaha iva anyan na pratapanti. Correct. They don't make others suffer. Badhante potrukene ada paakala. Apicha, this is the last section. Apicha bhuvana vyapibihi swakirti rajahamsaihi samunmilaya vidvisham chamara mrinala jalakam. Nirvapaya paresham pratapa. Each one is separate. He is now advising him, the Buddhinidhi amatyaha Chitrabhānu upadeshe ityatra upadeshati. So apicha, further, you remove your enemies. Vidvisham samunmulaya. Uproot them. Vidvisham chamara mrinala jalakam samunmulaya. You have to uproot the chamaram of enemies. Chamara here is also a representation of the sovereignty. So அந்த ஆளுமை சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, அந்த ஆளுமைக்குனுடைய ஒரு செங்கோல், வெண்கொற்றக்குடை, சாமரம், இதெல்லாம் வந்து these are symbols of sovereignty. So chamara, ஆதபத்திரம், chamaram eva atra mrinala jalakam. The chamara is like small lotus stalks, and you should remove this chamara, which is like lotus stalk, with your kirti, with your fame, and your fame is like Rajahamsa, which is spreading everywhere in the world. Now look at the Upamana Paksha. Upamana Paksham is, there are swans which fly all over the world. Bhuvana vyapibihi rajahamsaihi. It goes in, settles down in lakes where there are a lot of lotus plants, and it eats mrinala. The food of Rajahamsa is the lotus stalk. So it removes, completely uproots the lotus stalk and eats it. In the same manner here in the Upameya Paksha, you should behave in such a manner that you have to uproot the sovereignty of your enemies with your kirti. One minute. So Bhuvana Vyapibihi Swakirti Rajahamsaihi. His own fame, which is like a Rajahamsa, and his fame is spreading over all the worlds. With those, you remove the chamaram of the enemies, completely approved. Nirvapaya Paresham Pratapa Tanunapatam. Tanunapan is Agnihi, Tanunapatam Agnim. So Pratapaha eva Agnihi Paresham, the Shatrunam Pratapa Rupa Agnim Nirvapaya, extinguish the fire which is in the form of Pratapa, which is in the form of bravery of the enemies. Vairinam Agnya Vachanani Stambhaya. Stambhaya, you ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಪೋಡ್ರದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ. ವಾಕ್ಸ್ತಂಭನಂ ಇಸ್ತಿ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಖಲು ಮಂತ್ರ ರೂಪೇಣ ತತ್ರ ವಾಕ್ಸ್ತಂಭನಂ ಕರ್ತುಂ ಶಕ್ಯತೆ. ತಥಾ ಅತ್ರ ವೈರಿಣಾಂ ಶತ್ರುಣಾಂ ಆಜ್ಞಾ ವಚನಾನಿ ಸ್ತಂಭಯ. ಯು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಕ್ಷಪಯ ವಿಪಕ್ಷ ಕ್ಷಮಾಭೃತಾಂ ಪಕ್ಷಾನ್ ವಿಪಕ್ಷಾಹ. See how many words he has used for enemies. Vidvit, Paraha, Vairi, Vipakshaha. So Vipaksha Kshamabhritam, Vipakshaha eva, Shatravaha eva, Parvataha. Parvatanam Pakshan yatha Indraha Nashayati tatha Tvamapi Shatrunam Pakshan, supporters. So you also have to remove the supporters, Kshapaya, Nashaya, destroy the supporters of enemies also, other the allies of the enemies. Sammarjaya Tesham Mahantam Ahankara Halahalam. Sammarjaya Todachudunartha, completely clean out the poison of Ahankaram, poison of arrogance that is there in those enemies. So Mahantam Ahankara Halahalam, that great poison which is in the form of arrogance, which is present in the enemies, you completely clean it out. Duravagahatameshu Ashtadashasu api Dvipeshu iva Tirtheshu Vijayastambhan iva Yupan Samaropaya Achalan iva Charan iti Samabhidhaya Vyaramat. Having spoken thus, he stopped. Samabhidaya Uktva Vyaramat, he stopped his speech. So what did he finish with? He said, Yupan Samarohaya Vijayastambhaniva Yupan Samarohaya Yagastambhana. You have to go to every Tirthasthalam, Tirtheshu. You have to perform yagas in every Tirthasthalam, Samaropaya, which are like victory stambham, Vijayastambhana iva. In all 18 dvipa, I think Tirtheshu Yupaniva Vijayastambhan irkalam. This is, I think he is going to perform yaga in different places. So that's why he says this. Inge. So Gudha Purushana Stapaya iti. So Duravagahatameshu Ashtadashasu api Dvipeshu Charana Samaropaya. Achala, that is the main sentence here. So you have to establish spies or send spies to all 18 Dvipa, to all the places here. Samaropaya, send them or place them in these places like victory pillars. Vijayastambhana iva. In all 18, just as how you the moment you conquer an island, you go and place a victory pillar. In the same manner, you place your spies in that place. If you go to Tirthasthala and you perform yagas, just as how you will place a Yupadaru. Yupadaru is the sacrificial post that you place for performing the sacrifice. In the same manner, you place your spies in those places. So, Duravagaha Tameshu in places where it is difficult to get news from. Abagahanam tu jnanam atra. So in places where you cannot get proper news, in those places, charan samaropaya, place your spice there, like how kings place Vijayastamba, victory pillars, in all 18 islands, or they place Yupana in Tirtheshu, or they place sacrificial posts in Tirthasthala. Tatha achalan iva charan. Achala here, like you have to place your spice in such a manner that they do not move from sthirachara. They don't அதாவது ஆள் மாறுறதில்லன்னு அர்த்தம். They don't switch sides. ததா ஸ்திரான சாரான சமாரோபய இதி சமபிதாய. Having spoken thus, Buddhinidhi stopped. சரியா?
Oh, it's not like their cover gets blown away.
அப்படி இல்ல. So they can be bribed also, no? So they can be bribed and they can switch sides in the double spy madri. Double agent. You should not, you have to place only loyal agents.
Trustworthy agents.
Who are sthira, who are only loyal to you and do not become double agents. Yeah. Okay, so with this lesson is over, we can do the Vyakaranam next session.